Phil Taylor built his empire on dominance, confidence and absolute authority at the ockey, but when the cameras turned to him in a new light, this time not as a player but as a pundit, something felt off, very off. Because Phil Taylor, the 16-time world champion, has now stepped into a completely different arena, live television, and judging by the reaction, fans aren't convinced he belongs there. The scene unfolded during Sky Sports' coverage of the Premier League darts. Taylor was brought in as a guest pundit, sitting alongside the likes of Wayne Mardle and Laura Woods. But unlike the smooth delivery and cheeky insights fans were used to from the commentary team, Taylor's presence felt, in one fan's words, like a fish out of water. He stumbled over his sentences. He gave short, awkward responses. His legendary confidence didn't translate to the broadcast chair. And Twitter didn't hold back. Clips of him looking confused, squinting into the camera and mumbling through player assessments quickly went viral. Phil Taylor is a goat at darts, one tweet read. But live TV, painful to watch. He looked like he didn't want to be there. And that was one of the nicer takes. Another fan wrote, "I love the power, but that was rough. Someone get him off set." Others joked that he had the same look on his face as fans do when the dartboard camera glitches. Confused, unsure and waiting for someone else to take over. But this wasn't just one bad night. Insiders are now suggesting that Taylor's awkward punditry performance may be part of a larger behind-the-scenes push to keep his name in the spotlight. Post-retirement relevance doesn't come easy in sports, and sources say Taylor's management team has been actively pitching him for more on-camera opportunities. And here's where things get murky. According to one source close to the PDC media team, Taylor was hesitant about the role. He wasn't comfortable going in, they claimed. He felt like he was being shoved in front of the camera without enough prep. He didn't want to come across as a Wayne Mardle clone, but at the same time he didn't know how to be TV Phil. There's also speculation that the PDC itself played a role in encouraging Taylor's appearance to boost ratings. His name still draws crowds, but was it worth the gamble? Backstage sources suggest tensions flared after the broadcast. Taylor was reportedly frustrated with how the segment went and questioned whether he should return. Producers, meanwhile, were said to be concerned about social media backlash and the tone of viewer response. And make no mistake, there was backlash. Phil Taylor in the commentary box is like putting Mike Tyson in a spelling bee, one user posted. Another added, "He looked like your dad trying to FaceTime for the first time. Legend on the ockey, but maybe not behind the mic." Of course, there were defenders too. Some fans argued that Taylor simply needs time, that expecting him to be a natural on his first major broadcast is unfair. "Give him a few more chances," one fan said. "He's got insight no one else has. He just needs to learn how to deliver it." But others weren't so forgiving. Even among former players, the response was mixed. One retired pro privately remarked, "Phil's aura came from silence and domination. When he talks too much, it ruins the myth." And it's true. Taylor's legacy has always been about his unmatched presence, saying little, doing more. In the commentary box, that doesn't translate. TV demands rhythm, chemistry, personality. Taylor, for all his brilliance on stage, isn't known for those things. And that's why some fans are asking, does this hurt his legacy? It's a tough question. One bad TV appearance doesn't erase decades of dominance. But in today's world, a viral clip can reshape public perception faster than a 9-darter. And Taylor's clip collection from that night wasn't flattering. There are even murmurs that Taylor may step away from future broadcast work entirely. But there are also rumours he's considering a different route, his own documentary series. Think The Last Dance, but for darts, chronicling his rise, feuds, titles, controversies, and what really went on behind the curtain during his reign. If done right, it could be a powerful comeback move, one that reminds everyone why he was, and still is, the most feared name in darts history. But after his Sky Sports stumble, he'll need to tread carefully. Some producers are now reconsidering how and when to feature legends like Taylor. There's a reason punditry is a skill, one executive said. "We respect Phil massively, but that doesn't mean he's automatically suited to this role." Others argue this is a wake-up call for broadcasters. Stop using legends for cheap nostalgia if they're not ready for the camera. It's not just about having a big name, it's about having the right presence. Still, the question lingers. Will we see Phil Taylor on TV again? A source from his team says yes, but only on his terms. Phil wants more control, they said. He wants to, show the side of him the fans didn't see, but he's not doing another studio segment unless it's authentic. And maybe that's what's missing. Authenticity. Fans don't want to see a legend struggle to be something he's not. They want to see him. The ruthless competitor. The complicated figure. The real Phil Taylor. Behind closed doors, there's even talk that Taylor felt set up to fail by producers. One insider claimed the briefing notes he received were out of date and that he wasn't properly prepped on current player form or stats. It's like they threw him on air and hoped for the best, they said. It wasn't just awkward, it was avoidable. Adding to the whispers is a rumour that Taylor clashed off camera with a member of the production team. Allegedly, a disagreement broke out over how much airtime he was getting versus the others on set. While unconfirmed, it plays into the narrative that Taylor's appearance wasn't as smooth behind the scenes as producers hoped. And then there's the issue of Taylor's legacy brand. Some believe this was part of a broader strategy to repackage the power for a new generation. TV deals, interviews, merch collaborations. But now that campaign may be wobbling. One marketing executive involved in the effort reportedly called the Sky Sports debut a setback we didn't forecast. Even darts insiders are split. A former PDC employee posted cryptically on LinkedIn, "When legends are reduced to sound bites, we all lose something." So what do you think? Should Phil Taylor keep trying his hand at punditry? Or is it time to let the legend rest and remember him for the dominance, not the discomfort? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like if you respect the GOAT, and make sure to subscribe, because in the world of darts, the drama never ends. And if Taylor does return to TV, one thing's for sure, all eyes will be watching. Carefully, awkwardly, reluctantly, but watching. Because love him or cringe at him, Phil Taylor still gets people talking. And in the end, that might be all that matters.